Eritrea's journey in season 1 is very complete. Like, she goes from being pretty much selfish to being selfless, and you would think that the arc is over, but actually season 2 is all about discovering who she really is, what the tattoo on her back means, who her parents are. So I think a lot of fans were also very curious to really get to know more about her past and about her parents and all of that stuff. So there's going to be a lot of that discovery and that sort of emotional growth in season 2. It's such a blessing to be able to shoot in New Zealand. I mean, it's pretty much like getting paid to be in a beautiful place with amazing people. And it's such a welcoming country. And obviously, needless to say, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. We get to shoot in the most amazing locations, like sand dunes and beaches and forests. And so we don't even have to do tourism, because we get to go there to shoot. And that's really a treat. And also, I think it looks great, like photography-wise. The fact that we get to shoot in these amazing landscapes really gives the show a very special, unique look. There's many new characters, and I think unlike season 1, where it was pretty much like the quest and what was happening in Arbalon, kind of like the elves holding down the fort, season 2 is more about, different stories intertwining and connecting. So there's many more new characters, which really, I think, is something to look forward to, because it really enriches the story. So we've got Garrett Jax. He's a new character. He's a mercenary. He's really badass. I really like his character. We've got Meredith. We've got Lyria, who's Eritrea's new love interest. So there's more. So I mean, I think they're all an amazing addition. I hope fans really like it.
I'm sure they will. And obviously, from season 1, as to avoid spoilers, what from Eritrea's past shocked you the most? Like when you read the script, you're like, oh, I didn't expect that.
Well, I can't really say. But, it's her discovery of who she really is has a lot to do with the darkness that she has inside. So she's going to really have to find a balance between that lightness in her and how she really wants to help out and, ultimately destroy evil, but at the same time fight against that darkness that in a way is innate in her. And we'll see what I mean. It sounds confusing, but I mean, we'll discover in throughout the season what that means. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of, scars and darkness in this new season. That's a great question. Honestly, I think in a sword fight, probably Austin, probably Will, because he's bigger for one, and also he's probably more trained with a sword. But if you gave Eritrea any other weapon, including seduction, she would win. I would just tell her, the one thing that I really like about Eritrea is that no matter what, she always sticks for her values and what she thinks is the right thing, which is something hard to do considering she comes from a really hostile background, but she has this amazing sense of justice. So I would just tell her to really believe in herself and to really trust those instincts and to open up. She does come from a very difficult world, but I think the one thing that she lacked were social skills in a way. Like she had a really turbulent relationship with Will at the beginning because she didn't know how to treat what she was feeling and how to deal with it. So I would say just, let yourself be loved. Yeah, there's a lot of Amberly's loss affecting the relationship between Will and Eritrea. There's definitely scars there, and her loss affects the way they reunite and the way they kind of see each other at the beginning, because they've all been through so much together and separately. Season 2 starts a year later of where we left off in season 1. So we'll see we'll have sneak peeks of what has happened in between and how season 1 ended and what went down that night when Eritrea gets kidnapped. But yeah, there's always going to be fire between Will and Eritrea, whether it's romantically or not, and we're definitely going to see that. I think probably Will is Eritrea's soft spot. Out of like anything or anyone, it would be Will. And she knows how generous and how good he is inside, and he was the first person really to see the goodness in her. So I think she is willing to forgive Will, and I don't think she can harbor, any ill feelings against him. I think they have a very solid, history and relationship. It sounds horrible. I really wouldn't want to be trapped anywhere. Maybe, like in a living dog, like in an actual dog. If I could be a dog, probably like even my dog, because she's got the best life ever. But I would love to be an animal if I had to be trapped in some shape of something. That is such a good question. I would have a chocolate donut with maybe white sprinkles on top. So darkness and light. I think it's super relatable. I think there's a lot of parallel things in the show. In fact, more so this season. I mean, season 1 really explored a lot of themes, like including, global warming, what humanity has done to the world, racism between humans and elves and the different races. And this season, I think it goes even more so in depth with the Crimson, who are this new, evil in the Four Lands. They're all against magic, and so basically it goes to say that they're judging magic because they're scared of it, because they don't know what it is, and they're taking advantage of, the people suffering to kind of empower themselves and rule over the people. So obviously keeping the book's essence and kind of Terry's ideas, there are a lot of things that we can kind of create and a parallel with what's going on in the modern day world. I would say that this season is even bigger than season 1. I mean, truly, everything that worked and everything that I think everyone liked in season 1 is like times 2 in season 2. So there's going to be more action, more magic, more special effects, amazing like shots of New Zealand. So yeah, I would just say enjoy and enjoy this new adventure.